Welcome to our wrap of round 16 in the Western Region Footy League. I'm Kevin Hillier. With me is Steve Thom. Now let's get to Division 3 first up, Tomsy. Some interesting results. Braybrook and Sanctuary Lakes. Good win of the Brookers.
Yeah, it's a good win. And they needed to beat a Sanctuary Lakes or an Auburn come into the finals. That fight for second spot in Division 3 is right up there now. So in Braybrook, that's a good win. Levi Wallace in their best again. He's having another good season.
And good to see young Shepherd-Bottom kick a few goals.
Yes, he's played everywhere this year. I think young Matty Shepherd-Bottom back, forward, midfield, but 4 goals again today. That's great.
And no big surprise in the other two games in Division 3. Auburn big winners over Tarneet, and North Sunshine put up a good show, kicked 15 goals, but couldn't get the points over Laverton.
No, they couldn't, and well done to Lavo. Good work.
All right, Division 2 games. Caroline Springs have continued Glen Orden's really miserable month.
We spoke about it last week. I think Glen Orden, there's some worrying signs there now. I don't know what the problem is. I know Stu Daly's a bit concerned about the numbers and the lack of attitude, I suppose, by a lot of their players. They've got to get their fingers out of their backside. They should be playing finals, but let me say, the way they're going at the moment, Manor Lakes are on a bit of a roll. But Caroline Springs, Buttigieg Clark, 8 goals, best on ground. Great season.
North Footscray set themselves for a big last month, and they had another good win this time over Sunshine Heights. But they really they told us on the radio that they're set themselves for a big couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, they want to win the last two. That win today against Sunny Heights is good. Great to see Davey Clonan. He's just been a legend of this competition. Hoppers Crossing Football Club and the Western Region Football League in their best again today, and even the co-coach Walsh has chipped in for a goal. So good to see him pull the boots back on and finish off his last couple of games before retiring again.
There is no side in better form in the competition in Division 2 than Parkside. Good win today over the Wintervale Falcons.
Yeah, I don't know what the standard of the game was like compared to what it was 7 or 8 weeks ago when they last met. But look, Parkside have just they've stamped their authority now. That's the main thing to say. That doesn't matter who comes up against us week in, week out. We're just going to take his on and beat his. We're primed for a final series, Parkside, and I believe they're going to go a long way, very deep into the finals, no doubt.
And one team that might give people a bit of a fright heading in the next 2 weeks. Anyway, Manor Lakes, they've got a sniff now. They've got 2 big games coming up, but they had another big win over a side above them on the ladder. 7
in a row, I think we spoke about for Manor Lakes, and they're on a roll. You know, they're over the little negatives that happened in the early part of the season. Once again, mathematically, they can play finals. It's going to be a big ask. They have to beat the Wintervale Falcons and Parkside in the last round to get there. But I've got to say, they take away a lot of positives over the last couple of weeks. Manor Lakes, well done.
Let's have a look at Division 1 games, and St Albans, we saw them today in the match of the day for the radio. They're too good for Sunshine. They killed them in the first half.
Still a bit of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde about St Albans, Kev. Their first half was fantastic. That third quarter, Sunshine Kangaroos just took them on and outran them. Yeah. They've got a lot of work still to do, St Albans, but still got a few players to come back. And look, once again, they should definitely play finals, and I reckon they could grab a couple as they go along, win a couple of finals.
Altona and Port Colts had a hard-fought game, a 3-point win in the end of Altona.
They just can't get over the line. By all reports, this was the kick after the siren, wasn't it, that Altona got home there? So, look, they just can't take a trick this year, Port Colts. You got to feel a bit sorry for them, I suppose. But Altona, they've had a successful year. No matter what unfolds, whether they do get a chance to play finals or not, I think they'll be pretty happy with the way they've brought on the young fellas at the club, and they've got a bright future again.
Big wins to Deer Park and to Werribee Districts in their game. The other game was the Hoppers Crossing Spotswood game. Very important, but Hoppers just seem to have a bit of the staggers at the moment.
They do, but must have been an entertaining game of football, and it wasn't a big margin in the end. I think Hoppers were with them really for 3/4 of that game today. So maybe that's just showed that little bit. They're back around the corner a little bit to say, okay, look, we've had our problems, but we haven't just packed our bags and forgot about the season. We've still got a final series to play. My worrying concern for Hoppers is their lack of goals that they're kicking week in, week out. I think it was only 7 again today. They need to find other avenues into goals. I don't know if Kitchen's going to be playing.
Broken collarbone. I don't think you'll see him again this year.
Okay, so that's going to be disappointing. They need to find someone from left field to go forward with big or small, whatever it is, to start keeping that scoreboard ticking over a little bit more.
All right, that's our wrap of round 16 in the Western Region Footy League. Get out and see some local footy.